What is up, DOT community? This is Gaming Jaeger bringing you another 5-minute rundown Talk of Titans episode for the dev live stream that aired on March 1st, 2018. Now, this one here, we're going to take a look at a few different things of what they kind of talked about, dropped, released, showed during the live stream, giving you, again, a good rundown of the different things to pay attention to, what's coming up, not only this week, but also in the very near future. Some things you're definitely going to want to make sure you stay tuned for all 5 minutes, but it saves you a little bit of time comparing to the entire full stream. So kicking this off, just an FYI, Team Dom did win the most recent battle, which did bring him up to 4-1-1. We then also got a look at the Brawlers event, the Top Titan Avalos that's going to be coming out, which they did say is a bit altered. So this altered Avalos here has 1-time self-buffing skill, 2 times X skills for the Imperial defensive setup, and 2 times X skills for Grenadier offensive skills, which of course mean that there's fewer skills for each one of those troops, but a higher percentage in buffing. Now, of course, the big thing we also had coming up from this overall stream is the teaser looking at this guy right here, Thor. Thor, the Norse god, comes to Dawn of Titans and is going to be released soon. They said they're going to be doing a special stream next Wednesday, so make sure you tune in for that. But let's take a good look at this Norse god Thor, who is the first to be released in the Gods Awaken event that's going to be happening over the next several weeks. So here is Thor in your Titan Hall, what he's going to look like there with his little profile picture and the devs kind of rolling him out on stream, giving us an opportunity to see him actually inside of the temple here for the Titans. Now, what's really cool is the animation of when he actually walks out into your temple and actually puts his hand out and summons Mjolnir, his hammer, to him is a pretty sweet animation. They did show his overall kind of health and damage stats, which of course you can see have been boosted by some of the lightning relics and the Orb of Duality, which they have equipped to him. Now you also notice that in his skills up there that he does have a pretty unique setup, as he does have what seems to be a trend for some of these specialty titans, his very own unique skill. Here again, we're going to get a pretty good rundown of what these skills are, but of course they're always pretty subject to change when we see them in the stream. The very first skill we have here is Thor's Hammer, which gives a 20% boost to the base Titan damage, the health, armor, and the attack radius for this champion Lightning. When we take a look at the True Strike, we've got a 30% Titan armor piercing. We've got Fireproof 2 for resist against fire. We've got a Lightning Mastery for extra lightning damage, and Granite Ward 3 for resist against earth, which basically means we've got Thor's Hammer, 2 offensive and 2 defensive, of course always subject to change. But here, just some more shots of Thor getting ready to go into battle and what he's basically rolling out with. The damage stats down there do kind of show that he was bringing in a few more of the Spearmen because that was part of the relics that they had equipped onto him. But at a 4-star Lightning Champion, Thor is bringing about 193,000 health and 17,000 damage, again, boosted with skills and relics. Here are a few more shots of him just out on the battlefield doing his thing, swinging his hammer. I thought they were pretty cool, and the animation looked good. Now, again, with Thor, the one thing we've got to keep in mind is he will be dropping with the Gods Awaken overall series, let's call it, that starts out next week. Next Wednesday, the devs will be doing a specialty live stream to release Thor, and then we'll be moving into more content around the Gods Awaken, which does bring more, so stay tuned to the end to learn a little bit more about that event. But here was another teaser we got, which we don't know a whole lot about, but it's about the relics that will be coming with Thor. Now, I did a little bit of research because they said that they drew upon inspiration from Norse mythology. So taking a look, we've got a cloak. This cloak here, which is I pulled from one called the Tarnkap, which is in Norse mythology made the wearer invisible. We also had this belt, and the belt here was the Meyjongr, which is called the power belt in Norse mythology. This actually was worn by Thor. We also have the Svalin. Svalin here was the cold or chill shield. This here is a legendary shield which stands before the sun. And then we also have the very final one here with these boots, which is the Hellskjor, which are also known as just the Hell Shoes. And these shoes were put on the dead so they could walk to Valhalla. Now, again, I just did a little bit of some good old wiki research and looked up what are some old mythical items that were used in Norse mythology, and those are the names that I found. It'll be interesting to see what these actually turn out to be. The next big teaser we had in the stream was the very signing off image they showed us of the entire Norse god lineup, which we've got the Lightning Champion Thor in the center, we've got the Lightning Ranger Odin to the left, we've got Valkyrie hovering above the crowd as the Lightning Guardian, and we've got Loki, the Lightning Infiltrator, hanging out to the right there. Again, this was the big showcase, which I'm really excited about, and I truly anticipate everyone to be grinding for. But thanks, guys, for watching this dev rundown. Again, I'm Gaming Jaeger. Make sure you sub, like, and stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching. I'm out.